Hey guys, welcome back to my garage. How you guys been? Hopefully you guys have been well. I'm doing all right myself, can't complain. Well, we've been doing some work off camera just to set up for our recording today. And well, as you guys see, we painted this truck up, this old tow truck. And I told you guys that we might paint it off camera. Now, this thing is not perfect. You know, like I said, we've went over some things before about this truck. It's not perfect, but, you know, it doesn't have to be. So let's throw on this bed real quick, and then it's going to be completed at that point. And then we can get to work then on the Jason. I got some parts laid out for the Jason already for the suspension and the brakes that we're going to work on today. And then I'll show you guys the color that we picked out for the Jason. Hopefully you guys like it. But yeah, now the tow truck is ready, and what I plan to do is sell this truck because, like I said, we don't need two pickup trucks. We have one. Actually, we have to go get a windshield for that truck. I forgot. We have this truck and we hardly even drive it. So, yeah, and like I said, I'm done with the tow beds and the trailers in this game for now. You guys all know what kind of luck I've been having with those. So, yeah. And you see the money situation is way down now. Well, that's because we've spent money on paint for this. We've gotten all the suspension parts, or I think all of them, all the brakes for the front and rear. I did throw a primer gray color on this Jason here, so that was money that was spent. And I did that, hopefully, sometimes if you do that, add like a primer gray before you paint. Sometimes, if you guys know, if you've seen, you can get the spottiness or the blotchiness, whatever you want to call it, in the painting, and it looks bad. And it doesn't look right, and it doesn't paint correctly. So hopefully that is my goal, you know, doing that does not happen with this paint job. If not, we're going to have to explore some other means. And, well, I also got some tint for her. And hopefully these are the rims and tires that we can put on this thing. We are going to lower this thing all the way down to the ground. So it's going to be a lowrider. And hopefully these rims and tires aren't too big. If they are, we're going to have to explore something else. But I don't know if you guys can tell now. Maybe I turn on the headlamp. The rims are a chrome and also a green chrome, as you guys can tell. And, well, that's because we are going to paint this car a green color. And it is actually that color right there. So, I think maybe something a little different with the green. I think it may look pretty decent. So, like I said, we have all the parts out there. Let's go back to the truck here real quick. And I want to just see now, since we have this truck pretty much completed, it looks pretty good. I will say that. Looks pretty good. We did not polish the truck. If you can see, possibly, you can see a little bit. If it's picking that up in the recording, I don't know. But you can see the orange peel. I did not polish this truck, but that's all right. And the truck now is worth $21,804, so right under $22,000. So, the color condition, like I said, is not perfect, but this truck is not perfect. There is still some damage up here on the roof, like we've talked about before. But I think let's get to work and get this suspension done up. And I want to thank all you guys for tuning in today. I appreciate it very much. Are we on the wrong side there? No, front right. I might have been a little too far forward. Yeah, but thank you guys very much for tuning in. I thank you all for watching this series. If you guys, any of you guys have been following along, and I know some of you guys have been following along since the beginning, and I appreciate that very, very much. And also thank you to all my new and recent subscribers. Now, I know in the last episode, I said I didn't know since, the views have been down. It seems like, that week we were so good. We were getting hundreds of views and everything, and all the likes and everything was better than it's ever been before, right? For my channel. And then since then, that week, it's gone downhill slowly, and it's just, it just gets a little discouraging, and I said, I didn't know if I'd carry on and stuff like that, I'm going to try to keep on carrying on. I'm going to keep making my garage content and other content and, just try to keep on putting up a good fight, right? That's all you can do. But I appreciate it. I got some comments, about, what I had said about, possibly, maybe not doing any more content creation. I appreciate all that from you guys. And it shows that you guys, there are some of you guys that really do watch and really do care. So, I mean, I thank you guys so much. I'm doing a lot of thinking in this episode, but hey, there's no harm in that. So, put the hub on, and then we do have, as you see here, I did chrome the color of the car. The torsion bars and the leaf springs in the back, but you can see torsion bar low, which means it's going to lower the suspension. So you guys don't think I'm making anything up now. Okay, so we're going to need a screwdriver. Put on the brake disc. I hope this car is going to look fantastic when we're done with it. All right, let's grab the main brake line and install it so I can fasten my soft brake lines to it. Yeah, if anybody's watching too that is not subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button for me, please. It would mean the world to me. Trying to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. Make sure I tacked that one down. Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, but I'm just trying to reach that that big goal, that big 1,000 subscribers. That gets me to the point to where I am monetized, and then things would maybe get better. No, things are good now. I'm very blessed, with life and my channel, and like I said, my channel. I never even thought when I started this thing that I'd even have 100 subscribers. I mean, let alone I have like 280 right now, which is not a lot, but we're growing, and that's all that matters. All right, and then we can get this guy in there now because everything else is in there. That to tack down, there we go. Put our brake disc on. Oh, and I will say, guys, that truck. Uh, I have a friend of the channel, another fellow YouTuber. I've told you guys about him before. Level Up Gaming. He saw this tow truck and said, "Hey, you fix it up, paint it up. You know, I'll buy it for you." So actually, he is going to buy this truck for $40,000. Now I know it's more than what the in-game price says, but when you sell vehicles outside of the game, and you know, you usually get a better price than what the game offers you. If you guys do any of that kind of trading of vehicles, you know, in the Discord and things like that, you guys would know what I'm talking about. If you guys play this game. So, yeah, he's already got dibs on this thing. It's already basically sold. I just have to send it off to him. And yeah, it'll be much needed because we got $270 left in our pocket, and that 40 grand is going to go a long way. And I also am, guys. I didn't get any messages back from any of you guys about wanting to possibly buy the low miles lad. So it's been a few days since that episode is released. So what I've decided to do is, since it's such a rare vehicle with that low miles, it has like 5 or 6 well, I was going to say 5 or 6 thousand miles, but that's not true. It wouldn't equate to that. It has about 3,500 miles on it. So I've never seen a vehicle with that low miles before in this game. Some of you guys may have, but I haven't. And I know, even though that, you know, it's that low miles, that, you know, it's rare, and it would, if I ever sold it, it would go for a good price, but it's going to be hard to find something with that low miles again. So what I'm going to do is, for right now, I've decided I'm going to keep it. So yeah, I've changed my mind on that, about selling it, at least for right now. You know, I think it'd be better just to keep it right now. So yeah, those are just some updates with some of the cars and things like that. And then now this Jason one, it's complete. Level Up Gaming also said that he would be possibly interested in buying this Jason once it's complete for 50,000. So we'll see. You know, when we get it completed, he might not want it anymore. He might not like what I did with it. So we'll see. But if this car turns out how I kind of envision it, turning out how it's gonna look, yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. Put our diff in. Man, I'm doing a lot of talking today, aren't I, guys? Man, maybe I need to take a breather for a minute. Oh, I guess I'm just in a good mood today, which is always a good thing, right? It's always good to be in a good mood. I mean, who wants to ever be in a bad mood? Being in a bad mood is never fun. I want to make sure I tighten down those brake lines. Been doing a lot of talking and not a whole lot of paying attention, I guess. I mean, I've been paying attention, but sometimes when you're talking, you kind of lose focus here and there. Sometimes I'm not the best at multitasking. I'll admit that. This one should go over here. Pop these brake pads in. Get our soft brake line in. Yeah, I just decided to just lay out all the parts and buy them instead of, going in the catalog and buying them on recording and that. It takes a lot more time, and you know, some of you may want to see that, and I'm pretty sure some of you don't. So I've decided this time just to cut that out. So that's why everything was all ready. So, all right. So, well, front and rear suspension and front and rear brakes are complete, I think. I think I got everything. Could be wrong. These cars are pretty simple for the most part. So, now I think well, I was going to throw the wheels on, but what I think we should probably do is paint the car, maybe? Because this car is lowered, right? I just thought that, because I was going to put the rims and tires on, take it off the jack stands, and then have it on the floor, right? Have the car sitting, on its own wheels and tires. Well, I just thought if I did that, since we lowered it, then it might sit too low to the car, so it might be hard to do some parts of the painting that are, down along here underneath the car and stuff like that. So it might be best to paint this thing while it's still up on the jack stands. I think that might be a good plan. But then again, it may not be a good plan because not everything works out to plan. Man, I'm just going today, aren't I? So after we get it painted, then we can put the wheels and tires on, and then we can put the bumpers and the rest of the interior and the trim back on. So I do have paint and clear coat in this box. So hopefully you guys like this green color, because I took a little bit of searching and tried a few different greens, and I'm like, you know what? I like this one. So that's the one we're going with. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Now it's going to go on flat color like it looks, of course, because with the new painting system, that's how it works now. So once we clear coat it, it will have a shine to it, and it's going to look a little better. Now, I'm not saying I don't like a flat paint job, because I do. On some builds, on some cars, it looks really good, but this one I've decided I don't want a flat color on it. And two, I thought since we were going to paint it, then in this episode, that might as well cut out the stuff from buying stuff in the catalog and have that all set up and ready to go. Jump up on the hood. I think everything looks good so far. Oh, we're out of juice. Yeah, I know. I call paint juice. I know. I don't make a whole lot of sense. I do. I like this green. Actually, you know what? The more I see it as a flat green, I like it as a flat green too. It's looking like so far, man, that putting the primer on it has really helped. Because obviously this is a darker color, and we would for sure, most likely, don't want to say for sure, but most likely, we probably would have got that spotty paint, that blotchy paint, whatever you like to call it. Trying to make sure I get all under here. Make sure it's good. I'm taking my time with this paint job, guys. As you can tell. I'm not trying to rush through it. I want it to look good. Hopefully we got enough paint. We're going to have to buy some more. $20 a can, I tell you what, that adds up quick. You know, guys, if you're ever painting your car and you can't reach certain spots, you know, it's always the right idea to jump on top of your car under the wet paint. Yeah. Well, we're out again. Let's see how many more cans of this we have. Okay, 2 more cans. I think we're going to have to buy some more because we still got the hood and then we got the insides of the doors. And possibly some under the hood in the engine bay. Come on, get up there. Oh, we're out of paint. One last can. let's see underneath the hood. Yep. Be a little challenging being up on the jack stands. All right. Look pretty good. That seems to be pretty good. Now let's see the overall paint value. Okay, of course, we're still at a 4-star because why? You can never get a 5-star anymore. It just seems so hard to get a 5-star now with this new paint system. I mean, I don't know if it's just me or what. We might just roll with it being a... Alright guys, sorry about that. Had a little bit of an interruption, but now we're back. You guys may not even have picked that up. That I had to go away for a second. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to sleep for a minute so we can get some better light. I think our paint code is 003A. 003A00. Just going to buy one for right now. Everything looks so far. I mean, I don't... I mean, to me, I don't see anything that doesn't look painted. I mean, everything looks good. I mean, door is good. That's good. Oh, there's a spot. Nope, still the same. Of course. Yeah, if I go around it here and it all looks good, I'm just gonna roll with it, and whatever it is, it is. I mean, I guess not every car has to be perfect, but I was hoping that this one would be. But yeah, if we can't see where, you know, where it looks like we're missing some paint, well then I can't sit here all day and check this thing over and over again either. So it's gonna have to do. Yeah, everything I've seen so far, except that one spot over there next to the window, I mean, looks completely painted. Has a solid, nice, even paint on it. Paint looks pretty dang awesome. I do like it. this hood. Maybe it was part of the hood that I'm missing. Well, we're out of paint, and if the color didn't change, well, then it's going to stay like that. That's all I have to say about that. Because we've already went through all this paint, and I'm about done with the paint, so we're going to clear coat. Yep, still the same. That's what it's going to stay at. It's what it's going to stay at unless we go around it at some point and we see that we missed a spot. Well, then we'll take care of it. But yeah, even under there is good. So yeah, the game probably just doesn't know what it's talking about. So all right, let's clear coat this thing. Yeah, the clear coat covers a lot better than the paint. All right, should have got that. And I'm not going to polish on recording. I'll do that, the polishing off recording. Just I know too many of you guys do not like the sound of the grinder, so you know, not going to do it. Seems like whenever that grinder fires up, you guys scatter and disappear. All right, that looks to be all right back there. Couple rattle cans left. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Well, we counted that right with the clear coat. All right. I think we're good. And like I said, I'm just going to polish off camera. Yeah, 4-star. That's a shame, but I just don't see anywhere at all that I missed paint. That's any spot that's lighter, anything. So maybe you guys pick something up on when you're watching this. If you did, let me know, because I sure don't see anything. I mean, we've looked high and low on this car. Actually, I need to do the inside here. Make sure this is done. I may have already got it, but I just want to make sure. Inside there. There. All right, well. Sure we got that. All right, well, that's it. Now, let's grab some tint and throw some tint on. Oh, yeah. Looking good now. All right. I like it. Nice dark tint, but not extremely dark, but dark. Now let's throw on some rims and tires. Now we'll see how this looks once we get it on the ground, because it always looks a little different when it's on the ground. And if I remember correctly, which I may not have, I believe I filled these tires up with air, so I think they should be good to go. But we'll see here in a second. There's really no easy or good-looking way to raise and lower these cars on the jack stands. I mean, you could do the, the floor jack and jack one side up and put these under and then go to the other side. Where the heck is this thing rolling to? Probably how I set the parking brake, huh? Forgot about that. Let's just throw these over here for now. I'll clean up when we're done. Wow, even for being lowered, wow. That wheel well is not filled up at all. I mean, we have tons of room in here. Tons of room. That's crazy. And those rims and tires are supposed to be size 22 because these are modded rims and tires. Size 22s. And they still look like that on this thing. That's the lowest I can get this thing to go to the ground. And it's still not all that low, but I guess that's a good thing too, because you don't want it scraping the ground and causing all kind of damage, right? Alright, now let's get this other stuff on. Front bumper. I mean, she is low to the ground, don't get me wrong. There we go. Yeah, I like that green. Yeah, and then you have the chrome accents, man. Oh, yeah. It just all ties together nicely, I think. Like I said, I'll get this orange peel off so it doesn't look like that. So don't you worry there. There we go. Got that tacked down. Well, as you guys already know, because you guys seen the length of this video is going to be a little bit longer. Probably not too long, but it will be a little bit longer. Left is over here. Don't know what I was thinking there. I even looked to see what side it was. So as you guys know, we still have to build an engine for this thing. So that's perfect because we have 250 bucks left. Obviously, we can't build an engine with that little bit of funds. So it will come in perfect once we get this tow truck off to Level Up Gaming. And we get the 40K from it into our game. So, yep. We'll have all the money we need then to build the engine. But I have a little bit of a mess to clean up around here. So, I'm going to do that because the episode's been long enough. You know what? I'll keep you guys in for a little bit just to see, just so you guys see how I do a little bit of cleaning up around here. Give you guys some little behind the scenes if you want. Now, if you don't want to watch this, the video is over. You know, turn the video off. But if you want to continue watching the video, watch me do a little bit of cleaning up, then stay around. I appreciate it very much if you would. This somewhere. Put it over here with the other 10, I guess. There we go. Works out. Let's pick up all these cans. Empty cans. Or mostly empty. I'll come back for the rest of them. Yep, there's the old lad. It didn't go anywhere. It's just sitting in the back. Let's put this box up there. If you guys don't know, this box is in every one of your garages when you start. You can put certain things in there and it will hold them. Like, you know, like you just saw paint. Or some other things go in there. Some things won't go in there, and as soon as you pick it up, they'll fall out. But yeah, you'll see, you know, you'll figure out what it holds and what it doesn't through trial and error. So, I think that's it. I think that's really our mess cleaned up. So, yep, this is the last time you guys will see the tow truck. It is going to be sent off to Level Up Gaming. I'm going to probably polish that up for them because I'd, you know, rather not send them a truck that's not polished up, that has a bunch of orange peel on it. I would just feel better about that. But yeah, like I said, this truck isn't perfect. I couldn't get that pink out of here and get this in here to paint. I tried every which angle and I couldn't get it to paint. Like I said, there's still some damage up top here. But like we went over that in the last video, but it is what it is. It's not a perfect truck. But nevertheless, it still looks pretty good. So, is it no, it's not a 5-star. The color condition is a 4-star on this one too. So yeah. Let's see, do I have a... Yeah, I do. I have an OBD scanner here. Let's put that back. And then I don't want to scan that car because we don't even have an engine in it. Let's see what it tells us in the diagnostics. No worn parts and then other components worn. Trim, which is probably that trim up there above the door. And the bed floor. So this bed floor is worn. Okay, well, but this was a used bed anyway, so that's to be expected. And I don't know if you can even really repair these beds or not. So, yeah, that's it. That's all. That's it. Nothing's ruined on it. So, everything's good to go, really. So, this will be sent off to Level Up Gaming. And then, here you guys go. Look at this absolute beauty. She's dropped down low to the ground, as low as we can get her. I wish we didn't have this much room in the wheel well in the rear, but you're going to have that with almost any tire you put on here because it's not going to get that much bigger in the wheel well. So, it is what it is, you know. And next time, we'll come back and build the engine. And then we'll be done with this car. And then we'll send it on its way. So yeah, should be good to go then. And I have another Jason that I built for myself that's in my own personal car collection. That if I remember, I'll pull out and have it ready for you guys to see that one too. So yeah, you guys can compare both of them together and tell me which one you like more than the other. So that's going to end it here for us, guys. I gave you guys a little bit of behind the scenes of cleaning up the shop that I normally don't show you guys. So if you like this video, please leave it a like. If you like my content, like my channel, consider subscribing to me. All your support is greatly appreciated. So until next time, guys, keep wrenching.